Hey, this is Eric here at Peachtree Classic Cars, and this is a 1950 Ford F-1 panel truck. This is my personal vehicle, and I'm a little sad to see it go. I had big plans for it. I'll tell you more about it, but done a full restoration on it, driver restoration, and made it a bit nicer than I really wanted to. I originally started off planning on making this kind of a little bit of a moderately rusty rat rod, but ended up fixing most of the rust. And anyways, I'll show you the whole truck here in a second. This is on the old push button start. This is an all original matching numbers engine transmission. It's still on a 6-volt system that works perfectly. Truck drives nice and straight. Steering is very, very straight, especially for this year model. I buy a lot of these old trucks and they don't steer this good. This is partly because it's got the wider tires on it. Got to do an emergency brake check there. Catch that on camera? I almost hit that dog? Yes, no?
I think so.
Okay. Well, there's our emergency brake check. They do work when a little dog runs out in front of you. That was weird. So right now the pipe just comes straight out the bottom. This engine is low miles on a rebuild. Open that hood up for me, please. Thanks. Super smooth running engine. And one thing that we didn't end up getting, my body guy who put this hood back on never put the hood screens back on, so we didn't do that. But this beautiful engine detail, really low miles on this rebuild. It was an older rebuild that wasn't done. It wasn't done in the past 6 months or anything. It was done a couple of years ago, rebuilt, but then never really driven much. Nice, clean, rust-free firewall, rust-free inner fender wells and frame rails. Just listen to that engine purr. Hood latch works good. The emergency brake is not working, so that would be something that would still require a repair. So I'm going to put it in drive. So anyway, so I'll tell you the story as we do a little walk around here. I bought this truck back last year. And at the same time I bought a 6-tap kegging system. And what I was planning on doing was putting 6 beer taps on the side of this truck. And so in fact, I still have the kegging system to go in the truck, if that's something that you think would interest you. And I thought about renting it out to weddings, selling it to a brewery. Actually, I had originally thought about starting my own brewery. But just season of life right now, don't have time to do that. But anyways, so just imagine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chrome beer taps on the side of this thing. It would just be super cool. So it had a few rust spots. It was not a rusty bucket when we started. It was a solid truck, but a few little rust spots here and there. And I said, you know, I really want it to kind of look rat roddy. Let's leave it. Let's just clear coat it. And then we started fixing things. And then my paint and body guy made a mistake. He didn't ask me first before he went and primed it, and he primed the whole thing in primer gray, which is not what I wanted, and it basically covered up the old patina. I said, well, all right, we made a mistake, it happens, so let's paint it. So we painted it blue. It was a little too bright, and so what we did is we shot over it with black, and then scuffed through it some, and then put the clear coat on it. So when we get really close up on it, it's got this really cool patina. And it's just pretty subtle here and there, all the way around the truck, here and there. You've got this matching blue from the interior shining through and down the body lines here. And it's really, really sharp. And this is not a show car quality paint job. This is, I mean, it's a nice paint job, but we were still trying to keep with that, hey, let's keep it kind of a shop truck looking truck. We didn't want it to be perfect. So the body work, I didn't want the body work perfect on the truck. It's a really, really straight body. It's got still got a couple of tiny little rust spots in it here and there. I didn't want a perfectly straight body for it. I didn't want the paint to be perfect. I wanted it to have a little rough kind of a look. A couple little spots down here where there's some skim coat that didn't get ground out all the way. A little spot here on the hood where there's a little bit of surface rust that just got painted over. And like I said, we primered it, you know, rust proofed it, but I didn't want it to be perfect. So now that being said, I ended up continuing to make it more and more perfect as I continue to build it. So I put brand new chrome front and rear bumpers on it. I tracked down these brand new, this is brand new chrome tail lights, brand new chrome rear door handle. It's got all brand new glass all the way around. All the weather stripping and all the glass is brand new. Brand new set of 18-inch wheels with a staggered, a little bit larger tire in the back, a little bit smaller tire in the front. You can barely tell, but it does just to fill up the wheel well. And I also have the original tire wheels for this truck with brand new tires on them. So if you're not into these Riddlers, we can always take them off, swap them out. The tires are just black wall tires. I thought it'd be nice to maybe put some porter walls on there and give it a white wall look. But these wheels really set this off with kind of a hot rod look. So all this original trim that on the door, on the hood, this is original trim, brand new door handles, brand new chrome mirrors, brand new F-1 emblems. Like I said, brand new front bumper, brand new beauty rings around the lights, brand new chrome kit for the grill. The trim rings around the hood are original, as well as the original Ford pieces of chrome here. So this is all original, a little pitted, and the side lights. The headlights work, and when you turn them all the way on, it turns on the blinker light or indicator light too. I had it wired up that way on purpose. So I really like the way it looks. So when both of the lights are on, and right now they're not on, I may have to turn the key on. Yeah, there we go. So, and it is on a 6-volt system, so the lights are not quite as bright as the 12-volt, but still. Interior retains all originality for the most part. I pulled the original seats and had them reupholstered. The only thing I didn't do is I didn't do a headliner in here. Now, originally you could have had a headliner from here to the light, and then the back could have been open, or could have had a full-on headliner from the front to the back. We just painted everything to make it match. It's still got the original bed in it. The wood is solid for the most part. It's solid, but we just put some bed liner on it just to make it look nice. Really clean. And of course, when I was driving down here, you can tell it doesn't have a muffler on it. So once you're driving along and accelerating, you know, the sound really resonates through the back of this cab. Got a little bit of dust here on the seat. It's got brand new seat covers. Floor pans are in great shape. Couple tiny little spots. There's a little spot of rust there. But other than that, overall the floor pans are in awesome shape. Brand new rubber floor mat. This is the original steering wheel. Original shifter. It does have some aftermarket gauges in here, and they are hooked up so that we have 2 thermometers for the left and the right side, and the oil pressure gauge, and they all do work. A little spot of rust that we decided to leave there on the bottom of the dashboard. The doors open and close well, and like I said, all brand new glass. Every single piece of glass on this truck is brand new. Brand new windshield, brand new weather stripping. It's got brand new glass. Windows are brand new. All the felts on the inside have been done. Like I said, I was building this truck for me. So I was really doing it to make it nice for myself. And I was building it as a showpiece. So this right here is one thing we never got to fixing. The latch on the top is meant to go all the way up and catch here to stay closed, and it doesn't. So when you close the door, it actually is not latched all the way. It's leaning backwards, and you'd never worry about it opening while you were driving it, but the doors stay open just fine. There's stands two stages here and there. Like I said, the back, really nice and clean. Another thing that we did too is we put a 1967 Mustang gas tank in it, and that's underneath, and I'll show you that in a second. And then you got a little pop out here, pops out, turn that, and it unscrews, and that's your fuel tank. All these little details, if you're not familiar with some of this stuff, I just want to say, just this right here is $130. So like all these little details that we did, you know, I spent a lot of money because I wanted like all the chrome on top. I mean, like this rear door handle, this is a rare piece you have to track down. These were super expensive. They're actually only put them on panel trucks, and the only way I could actually find them, because I kept searching for panel truck stuff, is I finally found them. They're 1941 rear tail lights for a 1941 Ford car. So they actually used them on, so spent a lot of time and energy. This is my tag. It's not going with the truck, unless you want to pay me for it. They're expensive, but anyways, so I just wanted to just say, you know, a lot of time and effort and energy is going into this. Custom brackets to put this brand new fuel tank in the back, and then everything else is basically original. And I think I really like the way the truck sounds from the outside. When you're riding down the road in it, it is a little bit loud, but it's got kind of a hot rod sound to it, and I like it. But if you wanted to quiet it down, you know, these flathead V8s are practically silent when you have a good set of mufflers on them. These are custom step-ups my body guy did, my welder. You can see these are the original floor pans in great shape. One spot of rust back there, a couple spots right there. Other than that, these floor pans, actually I lied, I'm sorry, as I'm saying that I forgot, these front pieces are original floor pans way up there, so that's original. Then when we get back here, there's a new plate that's been put in, but that somebody had done years and years ago. 2-into-1 exhaust. Frame rails are solid. I don't see any rust on the frame at all. Inner fender wells are in great shape. Original, rust-free condition. And the truck was originally red. And if I had to do it all over again, I might have gone with a cream colored and try to keep more of the red, like I said I wanted to do. But this black ended up turning out really cool. And it is a satin clear on it, so it's not 100% gloss. We did that on purpose. So like I said, overall a really solid truck. It rides down the road real good, drives good, brakes stop good. Pulled just a hair to the right, I think, when that dog ran out in front of me. But man, these trucks are awesome. They're pretty rare. There's a few of them out there, but not a lot. This is a really good looking hot rod. It's really what I'm going to say is a hot rod style right now panel truck, and I think somebody's just going to really enjoy it. I'm sad to see it go. I kind of wish I could finish the dream of turning it into a beer truck, but maybe another season of life. For now, this one's going to find a new home. PeachTreeClassicCars.com.